Here we have the art print for Archangel XM Studios Comic Edition. This is version A. Alrighty, everybody. I don't know how much of that got recorded, but we got the wings here. We got that unboxed, so let's take all this off here, and we'll go from there. I'll see everybody. Hopefully, no wings. Very cold to the touch. Don't mind the fingerprints. This is a fingerprint magnet. Jesus. I love the detail in these wings. The paint application is amazing in these. Set this down. Oh, nice. Some of Apocalypse's claw here. Or his tentacles, however you want to call it. Insane. So far, so good. Want to shout out Todd from Spec Fiction, dude. Thank you so much for delivering this piece to me. You are such a homie. Took a minute for this piece to get here, but then granted, it was coming from China, so it did take some minutes to get here, but I'm glad that it looks like everything so far is so good. Let's get this other layer off. Alrighty here. I'm going to pull you guys in a little closer. Alrighty, I'm not going to make you guys watch all this. I'm going to get all this undone, and boom, we'll see you in a minute. So here we have Archangel out of the box, and some things that we are going to show right off the bat here is check out the, we got your Warren Worthington the third, if you want just your traditional face portrait here, and the hair sculpture on this is well done. It's a little bit, no, but the blue's about the same, what's picking up on camera here. But the texture on the face here, that is what I'm not sure is picking up on camera right now, but it is very well done. There is a nice sort of texture and bumpiness that they got towards the face that is just a very well done. The glossiness eyeballs, the wrinkles in the forehead there, the way the suit comes up the neck here is just so well done, and we're not getting even a focus there. What ridiculous are we even talking about right now? What I'm talking about is this right here, just the way it connects with the neck and everything. It's just very well done. I like that it doesn't feel too bland if you are feeling like you wanting to display it with this, but granted, collectors aren't going to be displaying this head portrait. We're going to be more displaying, obviously, when it comes to portraits here. We will be displaying more the death portraits and also your traditional Archangel portrait. And I love what they did here with the screamingness of it. This full-on expression is just very well done. Another thing that I thought was really well done as well is I love when XM or and other statue companies decide to give texture inside of the mouth. And you can see that with the glossiness effect on the teeth here. But this portrait is just truly well done. And this death mask right here that they have for Archangel would have been perfect. But what is this? What is that? Why did we just forget that the skull needed the rest of the paint job? But otherwise, other than that, this is just such a well done skull. The attention to detail on this, like, it really feels like you got a skull right in your hand. I love just the weathering effects that they got on it to make it look more dirty. It does have that more glossiness effect to the eyeball. I love that the death mask also has the part of the top of the mask up here for the rest of his costume. And I will be displaying some pictures on here on screen for you guys to be seeing the sideshow one that they did with the gold version mask that comes with that one. But personally, I do just personally like this version of the death mask more. But let's look at that Archangel screaming portrait just one more time. I love it because it's going to be displaying more up like this, so you're going to have more of more of his head tilted up. So it's going to look pretty damn good in my opinion. Very well done sculpting on this. Let's look at the other pieces. Part more of Apocalypse's machinery that is on here. The attention to detail that XM was able to do on this piece. The blues, the blacks, the golds. This is not a too heavy piece, but there definitely is some weight to it. So definitely be careful as well because this is sharp. And from personal experience, these pieces will pierce skin. I've had my Apocalypse chainsaw actually go through my head. Long story, but yeah, but very, very great detail coming from XM on this piece. Great. Another thing I thought that was well done is look at that texturing on the glove. Just the attention to detail. Very nicely done. And then you are going to get two other parts of the wing that are going to be keying into Archangel itself right there. As these wings are two separate sets, as you guys saw the beginning sets in the beginning of the video. And the detail on these wings are truly incredible. They got a good amount of weight to them. They don't feel too light. They don't feel brittle or feel like they're going to break in my hands. Very good attention to QC on these. No complaints. Then, of course, the next big quality of the show. Not a lot of weight to this base as much as you would think for the size of this. Like, it definitely got some good weight, but I'm able to lift this up onto the screen here for you guys. We got number 392 out of 488 for version A. Some nice things I do like about this base is the attention to detail when it comes to Apocalypse and that theme for the line of X-Men statues that they were doing for this. They have a beautiful X-Force Wolverine that goes really well with this piece, especially if you got version B with the black suit. But I like all the hieroglyphs here for all the ancient bits to show what really Apocalypse is and where his origins of, where he came from. But you can see more on the base here of just some more of Apocalypse's stuff. And we will look at this more down in the close-up of this and the assembly. But just kind of wanted to give you guys a little close-up real quick. But, yeah. And I'm not able to fit him as much on camera as I want to. So we're going to try to give you guys some good angles to show you guys some just good moments of the suit. Very nice detailing in this as well, from sculpting to paint quality. Not a lot of imperfections in here. I do like, though, that they gave him some tennis shoes as well, and lots of different places of texturing in this statue. Very nicely done, and as you guys can see more what I mean by the wings will be keying into here, and then also up here as well. But very, very well detailed statue, and I'm very impressed with this. Like I said, we'll look at this more at the close-up, though, but just want to show you guys a quick look. Alrighty, that was all of it. So let me get this all set up, put together. We'll do our final talks and reviews, and I'll give you my full thoughts of XM Archangel version A. So you guys can see what I'm talking about. Alrighty, everybody. Here is Archangel all fully assembled. Look at how freaking badonkers this piece is. So much width with those freaking metal cape or metal wings. I don't know why I just said cape. Huh. We'll forget that I just said that, though. But looking great with that death mask. You don't get to see as much as what I was complaining about with the head sculpt back there. You don't see as much of the white as I thought you would. It does blend in quite well with this as right here, but this piece just looks incredible. Get you guys kind of that back view of the wings real quick. But that base is just truly well done. I mean, look at how well done. All of Apocalypse's machinery is coming at Archangel. Coming up, the beautifully sculpted Warren himself here. Just very well done. I love the paint applications that are just done with this piece. I just personally truly like the darker version of his suit, just a little bit more. And then just the way that this sculpting or design method went for his outfit, went more of that more sporty look, I guess you guys can say. Very well done piece, though. I am truly in love with the wings. Very, very beautiful paint job. All right, so that is it with the death mask. Let's look at the other portrait. Here is Warren with just, if you want to display him, with just himself, not being taken over by nothing, just his basic face. Very well done, though. And then as well, we do have the beautiful portrait of him looking up here. So this is about the view you are going to be getting if it is about chest height. And then if it's anything higher, you're just going to be kind of seeing it like that. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how this looks in my collection and other ways such like that. Here's the different angle of Archangel itself. Just seeing how truly incredible each angle of this piece is. Like, I am very well, just overly excited and almost speechless with how well done this truly turned out for how older this piece is. So that was the final review, the full up and close look, everything that you guys needed to know for my XM Archangel version A. This is such a beautiful piece. Like, I am so glad I picked this up for the collection. It looks great on the shelf. As an X-Men collector, I think that this is truly a staple piece to have in the collection, whether you go with Sideshow or if you go with XM's piece. But I do think that Archangel is a must-have in the collection for people who love X-Men, due to the sheer amount of how important that character is, and Apocalypse as well. But this piece, there's a lot of switch outs that you get out for the heads, where if you feeling bored, you could switch it out. There's a lot of great menacing presence to this piece. Like, when you look at this thing, you scream, wow, this thing is incredible. It looks juicy. The sculpting is incredible. The paint applications, there's not much really to complain about. My only gripes were the back of the death mask, like I was stating. But overall, I give this piece a solid, let's say, 8.5, 9 out of 10. The only things that I would say that would have made it better was the death mask. And if anything, maybe some better instructions, because XM is terrible at giving instructions for setting these pieces up. But anywho, that's really all. I didn't want to take too much more of you guys' time. I know you guys spent the time already watching that video, so I just wanted to give you my quick little thoughts. I love the piece. I think it's great. I can't wait to add more X-Men to this collection and just continue growing with this. This was something I was very excited for. It's been a long time coming, so thank you again, Todd, for getting this piece in my hands. It was a little bit of a wait, but man, was it worth it. I mean, perfect condition. I'm talking like no dings or dents or nothing. That was XM Archangel, quarter scale. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you later.